Hello, welcome to my IKEA story time and experience. As you can see, this is a video of us putting the IKEA piece together. There was supposed to be two pieces, but the other one had a missing piece, obviously, so I'll get into that later. So let's talk about the very beginning. So I needed IKEA storage because genuinely my room is so small. As you can see from these camera angles, I can only zoom out so much because my room's so small. And I had little to no storage in this room, and I've been in this house for about 2 years. And all of my clothes, all of my items have just been all over the floor, so I thought I needed to change it up and I needed to just kind of clear my space. So where do you go to get that type of furniture? That good storage? That you think is affordable? IKEA. And I thought it would be affordable, but I ended up spending over $1,000 and I haven't even gotten all the pieces yet, which is great. So we drive to IKEA and we're looking at all these different items. There's the Billy IKEA. I don't know if you know what that is. That's like this gorgeous cabinet. And I love the one color, it's dark blue. And so I thought that would be like the perfect one to put all my books in. But then we remembered that I had to put in my wardrobe. So we looked at the wardrobe stuff and we found these guys. So what we're building here is the Pax storage organizers, because these ones are really tall but kind of skinny in a way. And my room is very, very tall, but really small. We had a really bad experience with the staff. The staff were all huddled together talking with each other, and anytime we would ask them a question, they would barely even give us their time at all. They would just stay with their group, say something very vague and nonchalant, and just continue talking with them. Meanwhile, this is genuinely my first experience with IKEA, personally. I know that my parents have, they've gotten stuff from IKEA, but I really haven't. And I was really worried about the choice that I was making because I didn't just want to spend money for nothing, right? Also, as you could see, my mother enjoys doing IKEA stuff, so she's actually taking the helm of creating this. I would have done it with her, but she really wanted to do it alone. So, I guess because, IKEA causes family problems. You know how there's that IKEA item that's called divorce maker because it's so hard to assemble, right? So, oh yeah, that's me cleaning up some parts of the storage because it is a little bit dirty. Anyway, staff was really rude. After asking them so many questions over and over again, one of them finally came over and started talking to us. She did tell me that there would be lights that are included because I saw that when you'd open the door of the example one, there would be lights in where the glass area is going to be that you will see. And so, yeah, she said that. So I believed her. Turns out she lied. So I don't know if she lied just to get me off her back. I wasn't being rude at all, but I just, I need to ask these questions and she's staff right there, right? But yeah, really disappointed about that. And there were a lot of missing parts from the IKEA that I went to, like the doors weren't available at the time. And that I thought was a pretty important thing. But actually, after looking at it, I might just keep it without the doors. So anyway, when we were grabbing these pieces, these were so heavy. I'm so glad that my assistant Jazz, he was there. Shout out to Jazz, because he was helping me with those pieces. He was loading them into the van with my mom. My mom is pretty strong, so I'm not. I'm very weak. And you guys, because my room is so small, I had to empty out my entire room. And I have a lot of stuff. I had to empty it all out into the living room, and there are some of my precious items there, but I thought, hey, okay, it's only going to be out there for a day. Well, one day turned into over 3 days, which I will talk about. But before that, can I just say that the IKEA food is just so delicious. When I was there, what did I have? I had some bites of the carrot cake, which was my mom's. That was fantastic. I had the poutine. That actually wasn't bad. I'm very picky when it comes to my poutines. My favorite poutine, I would say, is New York fries poutine, which is kind of really weird to say because it's like a food court poutine, but the gravy is so nice. And I tried some of the plant-based meatballs, which were actually fantastic. I'm very picky at that too. I will say personally for me, I do have a hard time eating there. I think it's a bit of like my OCD food contamination belief type thing where it just feels a little bit germy. It feels like a food court. That's what it feels like. So it felt a little bit germy, you know, with the trays and stuff. I did manage to eat it. I do luckily push through when I'm having those food contamination, germ contamination worries in my head. And yeah, I'm very glad I did. So as you can see in the video, my mom is actually leveling out the bottom of the storage because our floors are a little bit wonky. So shout out to her. She had two measuring level measures, whatever they're called. I don't remember what they're called. Guys, I'm not a tools person, okay? I'm not a blue collar worker. Well, I am, but I'm not. I am on some days and then I'm not, okay? I get to pick and choose my hours. Anyway, yeah, like I know how to use it, but I don't know the name. So for this one has a shoe basket underneath. It's gonna have my shoes. Then it also has 3 shelves for my clothes. And then it has a rack. And then on top of that, it has a little glass kind of display so that I can put really nice items up there that I have. I have some Coach bags. So in my closet, I've actually moved my gamer desk in there, taken off the doors, and removed all the clothes to put it there. I think before I got this, I never understood how important storage was. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but I don't know. I just never really paid attention to it. And like, I'm a person, and I think I get this from my dad. Oh, here's her looking that I'm recording her. She had no idea. But I am such a nonchalant person, and I definitely get that from my dad in the sense of a room that when I was younger, my mom would ask me, hey, what color do you want me to paint the walls? And I would say white. So my room would just be completely white. It would have no decorative stuff. And it kind of looked like an asylum. And I think after that is when I started realizing like, oh, you know, I don't think this is affecting my mental health the best. Because guys, it's true. Like the space you are living in will affect your mental health if it is not clean. And I'm slowly learning that. I would sometimes have stuff all over my bed because it would just be too much. So here we are putting on the top of the storage on. And so after this, we are going to move on to the smaller storage packs piece for the closet. But unfortunately, my mom checked it out and it had a missing part. So as we looked at the pieces, we realized that there's one important piece where they're supposed to give us a right and a left, but they gave us 2 lefts instead of what it's supposed to be. Mind you, I was sleeping on the couch because yes, I had stuff in the living room. Yes, I had stuff on the kitchen table, like full. But also my bed was full of all my nice stuff as well. So I had to sleep on the couch, and I was fine sleeping on the couch for one day. It also was unfortunate because it was a holiday weekend when we started making this. And it genuinely wasn't one of those situations where we could just drive over and go, hey, we have a missing part. We live farther away and this is on a weekend, right? So it sucked. It really did suck. Also, we later learned that one of the other items that we had, which was one of the shelves for the smaller one, it didn't even have the parts to put it in. We didn't even realize, and I guess that's on me when I was grabbing the pieces off of the different shelves at IKEA, but I don't know, I didn't know what to look for. And it took us a really long time just to get through to a representative to talk about the fact that we had a missing or incorrect piece. And they could not find my receipt for the longest of time. I would give them my receipt number and he would read it back to us and he would say the wrong number each time. Luckily, they did give us compensation. They did give me a $50 IKEA gift card. But still, when you're factoring in gas and you have to spend a whole day just to get there, like, does that really cut it? It's fine, it's whatever. I mean, we're thankful that they obviously did give us compensation, so thank you. And he was nice at the end of the day. But yeah, it really was an unfortunate experience because I had to sleep on the couch a few more times. I have a dog who, he's a rescue dog. He's very picky, and he would literally stand on top of me and lay down on me to the point where I actually couldn't move. And he's not really a growler, but when he doesn't get his sleep and when I ask him to move at night when he's tired, he will growl a little bit, obviously, and we've tried to deal with that and get him not to, so he is getting better. But I didn't want to have to deal with any of that in the middle of the night, right? So as funny as this sounds, watching her make this made me realize how much I did not want to do this again, and I even say that to her in the next clip. Okay, so
I never want to do this again.
I can't do this alone. I can't. I really think in a way that was me crying for help. It's kind of an overstimulating situation. Like, even going to IKEA, I am not a fan of that. Throughout all the years of my life, like when I was a child, my mom would take me to IKEA because she had to, and she would spend hours and hours and hours because she's just a leisurely shopper, right? But I am so different from her. We are not the same. I take a look, I see what I want, then I'm good to go. I look around really fast. So here's me moonwalking because I'm so happy we're finally getting it done with. Look at this. This is the piece that they gave us the 2 lefts for. That one small little plastic piece they messed up to the point where we couldn't even do the next part of it, which sucked. And also she wanted to paint my room on top of that, which she painted it a really nice green. There will be after photos that I have, one after photo of the wall and just how cute it is. But yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. I wonder how common it is for them to kind of mess up the missing piece. Comment down below if you've ever had a missing piece or a wrong piece from IKEA. I would love to know because I don't want to feel alone in this situation. So I also did make a video after this that I will be posting shortly, and it is a what's in my closet type thing where I move my wardrobe that I want into that closet. I do choose to donate some of the stuff. I choose to hang some of the stuff up that I find is really special. So if you are interested in fashion and things like that, and how I am choosing to decorate my closet, I guess, yeah, please definitely check it out if you want. I think as for the lights that's gonna go up in the display, I think I'll just get some off of Amazon that are kind of like sticky, you know, those sticky ones that people used to put on their walls for like their TikTok and change the colors. I will say, you know what I've heard about those ones? I've heard that the glue attracts spiders and stuff and they will hide within the glue, which is kind of gross. But I don't necessarily know if that would happen in something like this. IKEA is such a staple in my house. It's more affordable. I wouldn't say it's fully cheap. Also, do you like my hat? I got it from Aerie. I love hats like that. I am so specific, and that one is so cute, and I think I got it for like 10 bucks. Anyway, that's me building the shelf. Or drawer. Sorry, not a shelf, a drawer. I said it wrong. But they really are a cool company. I was watching Love is Blind Sweden the other day, and it's funny because even in the pods, it does look like a little mini IKEA. Okay, you know what I would love to do? I would love to just buy an IKEA building and live in those little example rooms that they have. I know that there's probably no water installed or like no power to that. I mean, I could probably do that. Also, it's probably just cheaper just to buy the example room than to buy out an entire IKEA for it. So I don't know what my thought process is, but I don't know. I love those example rooms so much. There was one example room that was like a botanical garden type, dark green, like lesbian fantasy house. And I love the lesbian fantasy, okay? I'm not a lesbian, but I love that fantasy. I love their vibes, you know, like all of that cottagecore type stuff. And I really wanted that kitchen, that living room, whatever it was. I can't remember at this point. Well, I looked away. Are you okay? What just happened?
Whacked my fucking tooth.
How'd you whack your tooth?
I did. I whacked my front tooth with that. Shit, I hope I didn't crack it.
No, you didn't. I don't see anything. Okay,
I don't like my teeth, but...
Mom.
Damn it.
Where did it fall? Yes, we experienced an IKEA injury, but mainly from the screwdriver. So my mom nicely put that coach bag there, way better than I just did. And we started kind of getting the vibe of what it would look like. I honestly wasn't excited to make this, but after we started putting it together, I felt more satisfied, and it actually made my room look really nice. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want below if you want more, you know. And yeah, check out some of my other videos if you want. I have some coach bag reviews, I have some fashion stuff, I have some photography vlogs. I really do appreciate you for watching. So thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thanks, IKEA, for the injury, for the missing part, but most of all for this great storage. So thank you.